Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I got two movie reviews I watched tonight, and they're both on YouTube. Basically, what I want to say, first of all, thank God for the Roku because sometimes it's such a pain in the butt. At least it is for me to watch a movie on my laptop from YouTube. I mean, I've done some. When I first started out, I remember watching the first couple of movies like Grunt the Wrestling movie and from from Finis Bell Nut, and then also the Suburban Roulette, the Herschel and Lewis movie. I saw off his channel too, and he was one of the first guys that did a thank you video for when when they were still doing video responses on YouTube, and then The Devil's Honey. But it's so much easier watching a movie on Roku because you watch it on big screen TV, just chill out on your couch. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier for me to do it that way. And I'm here to review two movies I found on YouTube: Terror at Red Wolf Inn and the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders TV movie. Now, Terror at Red Wolf Inn was also named Terror House. That's how I know it as Terror House because it was made in '72 and then they re-released it in '80 or '81. I remember Cisco and Ebert put it on the Dogs of the Week like they always do. That's how I know about a lot of these old horror movies from them. And they were talking about some bizarre conversation on the beach, and this was the movie it was in. So I finally got the movie, and I had a heck of a time finding it because I kept looking for Terror House, and I didn't know they changed the name of the movie to Terror at Red Wolf Inn. That's the video and DVD title, not Terror House anymore. Even though it's known as Terror House in some circles, and it was re-released as Terror House. I remember at the drive-in and at the movie theater and Edinburgh, I think they showed Terror House. Well, anyways, it revolves around this young girl, very naive young girl in college, who gets a letter saying she won this free vacation. She's like, I didn't enter anything. She called mom and yeah, you got free vacation? And she went and she said, well, I got to tell my parents. And then, she wanted this chartered flight and they flew her right down to it. And it was from this kindly old couple and their a little bit off grandson named Baby John or Baby Jonathan. Now I bet you that's where Rob Zombie got his name for that girl Baby, his wife Sherry Moon Zombie, in Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses. I bet you he got that from this movie. He didn't create that himself. I thought he did, but I guess he didn't. And but why? And then there was a couple other girls, young girls there at this house, invited for the same reason to spend a couple days there for like a free vacation at this big estate and beachside property that this old couple and their grandson has. But why were they invited? I can't tell you. You gotta have to find that out for yourself. I really enjoyed this movie. I give this a 10 out of 10 because this was a lot of fun. Now, if I was given the opportunity to direct a very strange, low-budget, PG-rated horror film, this is pretty much the movie I would direct. You know, but I mean, things today, people are real skeptical today, so I don't know if it would work. They'd ask a bunch of questions about the vacation and stuff, and that would kill the whole horror movie because just hey, if you get invited, just go, and then find out stuff later. Ask questions later. Because it's a horror movie. If you ask questions, then you'd ruin the whole thing. If the girl says, "Yeah, I don't want to go because I don't know why I'm invited," it's very strange. There wouldn't have been a horror film. You know what I'm saying? So I give that a 10 out of 10. And also, my dad didn't watch either one of these because he wanted to go to bed, and it's only around 12 o'clock. So, he didn't. I don't know. So there's no review from my dad. And the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders is a TV movie that came out in 1979. I wanted to see it, and my dad said I wasn't allowed to because he hated the team, the Dallas Cowboys, because he liked the Vikings. And I don't like the team, the Dallas Cowboys, either. I'm from PA. I like the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? But it was about the cheerleaders, man. And I remember the kids we used to say, I wouldn't mind hanging around being or dating all the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders when we were little kids in elementary school and in middle school. Because they must have had a great PR because there was posters of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders in the 70s and early 80s and stuff. And they're probably the most famous cheerleaders out there. It's not about the football team. It's about the cheerleaders. And it's about Bert Convey and this one girl who's works for a newspaper, and they want her to be go undercover and become a cheerleader and do a story on the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. And that's pretty much it. I don't want to give anything else away. It's a very fun little movie. I give it probably an 8 out of 10. Like I said, it's very entertaining. It's like very light-hearted type comedy. You know, it's not like Terror Red Wolf Inn, which is really out there. This was more a mainstream TV movie, further capitalizing on success of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. They were really marketed really well. And it's still the most famous football cheerleaders out there. You know, you don't hear about them as much as you used to back in the early 70s and 80s. So that's my 2 reviews. And, hey, I'm going to leave the links, and they're both available on YouTube for free. So, until next time, everybody, hey, please, take care, my legion.